progress that I'm making with this Mediterranean salad right now. This is probably not the best bowl to showcase this in because it's tinted, but I love that all the colors of the rainbow get represented in this. Smells fresh too. I think one of the ways that you can really fool yourself and the world into thinking you've got your shit together is by incorporating fresh herbs into your recipes. My parsley are doing a little rough. They're a little droopy right now, but although they're droopy, they're still usable. Get you intimate here. I always feel like herbs are such a pain in the butt to chop, so I kind of just use a whack the knife at them with everything you've got method and hope that it comes out fine. I think that's looking good. I learned this from Gordon Ramsay at one point. You just put the leaves on top of each other, you spin them into a tube, and then you start chopping. But even with that method, it just all falls apart so quickly. And now whack, 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 whack. Here is the progress so far with all the veggies. I added some olives. This kind of already smells incredible. Also throwing in some chickpeas. Another little twirl. Getting that all distributed. And then the star of the show is going to be this beautiful pot full of quinoa. How do I show you this? Very hard filming solo sometimes. I wanted to assemble this before I made the dressing because I wasn't sure how much dressing I need. I think I need a decent amount though. That quinoa really expands. I think I did a cup of quinoa, so that becomes like 2 cups of quinoa. Although this is an enormous serving for me, myself, and I, this is a great dish that will only get better in the fridge. Honestly, I'm more jealous of tomorrow me that gets to eat this because today me is gonna have it warm, but I really think this salad is one of those things. Mediterranean salads are so good cold. I'm just gonna wing it with the dressing. I feel pretty confident in being able to get this done. We got my little mason jar and we're starting with my base of olive oil. Oh, we need a lot more than that. Because of all the salad making I've been doing, I have been going through olive oil like nobody's business. Here we go again. Beautiful balsamic vinegar, blueberry edition. I love this balsamic vinegar. This one's by President's Choice. It is so good. It's clearly also gross and disgusting because I haven't been maintaining it properly. It's okay, a new bottle will be coming. I've got a lemon here that probably just needs a few more squeezes and then it's done. I'm gonna add some lemon juice, some acidity. Why not? I'm gonna try and zest a little bit of this into it as well. This is another adulting hack. Put lemon zest in something and it's like, ooh, she's zesty. Progress. Smells great. It smells lemony. Another key ingredient that I love is doing a little Dijon. Again, we measure with the heart. A little bit of maple syrup. Whoop. This is a smoky sea salt, but I swear I don't taste the smokiness at all. It's just sea salt to me, but it always makes me hesitate in using it in baking. What if I have a chocolate chip cookie and I can taste the smokiness? Have I ever tasted the smokiness? No. Maybe that's not supposed to describe a taste. Maybe it's a formulation of it. And some pepper. The grinding aspect is always fun. So something's going on in here. What I could do is add the lid and do a little shakeroo, but I'm just gonna grab a fork and whisk it. I've retrieved the fork. What is in Little Mermaid do they call the fork? Oh, they use it as a brush, but anyways. Little taste test. Ooh, lovely. I know I'm biased because I just spent a lot of time chopping vegetables for this, but this looks incredible. So I'm gonna serve some of it onto a bowl, as one does. But it's funny, I make quinoa quite a bit, but I never make rice. I don't understand why I have so much comfort in making quinoa, but rice seems to intimidate me. Sure, I could do it, but it's just not one of the ones I go to. I either do quinoa or pasta, but why don't I do rice? I feel like I'm missing out on a ton of dishes. And it's also bizarre because I grew up with rice. Rice was everywhere. Anyways, quinoa is the name of the game tonight. I'm also gonna pop in some feta because that's gonna make this scrum-dum-dum-delicious. I know it's a weird thing to focus on a feta container, but I've never bought feta like this where it's already cubed, and then to boot, it has a pre-done strainer. So I don't have to use a fork to go digging, which is what I usually do for feta. But how cute is that? Adorable. Normally I would add the feta into the salad as a whole, but because there's so little of this, I don't want to waste any feta. It looks good. I'm very impressed with myself. I gotta say, I know sometimes the last thing that we want to do is make a meal that is like good for you and that you have to spend some time in the kitchen doing because we get busy and we just need to go. But it is very satisfying to have just like spent some time getting lost in the chopping, and the result is something not only hopefully delicious, but something really nutritious. Let's see. Magnificent. I'm gonna go eat this while watching Scandal. I don't know why I showed you the TV, there's nothing on it, but just to kind of give you the path of what's about to go down. Note in here that I'm starting to not like Scandal. You guys know I've been on a journey with this show and I just hit season 6 and I found season 5 just pure nonsense. I didn't even find the season finale that thrilling. So we'll see how this is gonna end. I think I've got 2 more seasons left, but they're smaller seasons. And we'll see how this all wraps up, but everyone is just awful. All these people are just the worst. People need to get it together because this is getting too much.
Welcome to a tabletop.
I've legitimately been looking forward to this all day. I'm going to be using some of the pore strips on my face. I haven't done one of these, I want to say well over a year. It's been a while. To be honest, I feel like I've seen on the internet some chatter about these not really doing much, but they feel so satisfying to remove and look at afterwards. It's a hoot. So I'm doing it and I'm going to enjoy every minute of it. I find I get a lot of filled pores in my nose and on my chin. I really need to find like a good chemical exfoliant, not one that's abrasive with actual physical exfoliants, because I know those aren't really great for your skin. Definitely gonna do one here, I'm definitely doing one here, and I'm gonna do one on the forehead. I'm gonna look a little crazy, but that is okay. I've washed my face, the skin is prepped and ready to go. Okay, strip number 1. Going in. That was very close to my eyebrow. Nose strip. When I'm filming these videos, I really do ask myself, what is my job? Oh, that one was a good seal. I have never looked better. I love this for me. Have I showed you guys this trash can in my bathroom? I can't keep track of who I tell what. I definitely told TikTok. It's motion censored. I got it off of Amazon. This is the best thing I've added to this bathroom because before I had an open trash, and you know, especially during certain times of the month, it's not the most beautiful thing to look at. So now I've got a closed lid. Except here's the problem. Everyone who comes to my apartment, I have to now warn about the motion detector because no one knows how to open it. 10 to 15 minutes. 15 it is. Things are solidifying on my face. An outfit change has happened. These are my pajamas. And the moment of truth. We're gonna start with our forehead one. I'm not gonna show you, but you can hear. I won't put you through actually seeing my pore strip, but wow. I think that's like a segment though of the internet. People love pimple popping and pore strips. This one's always good too. Oh yeah. You can just feel it pulling everything out. Excellent. Yes. The final one, which actually feels like a rock. Very painful, this one. Our skin is just so gross. There's so much buried in there that we have no idea. Yikes. Well, now that that fun adventure is done, there's another fun adventure happening in my kitchen right now, an impulsive one. You're gonna love this. Well, actually, I don't know if you're gonna love it. I'm enjoying it. If you follow me on Instagram, which if you're not already following me on Instagram, what are you doing? What are you doing? Get on that. You're missing out on pure gold. If you follow me on Instagram, you know I got myself into quite the kerfuffle because I accidentally ordered 2 bags of avocados. It was already a lot with 1 bag of avocados for 1 gal. So I've been avocadoing recipe all over the place past week, and honestly these last few I just want to turn into brownies. I've never made avocado brownies. I've heard they're a thing. I'm not sure if they're a good thing, but sure, we'll try it. And this particular recipe also takes bananas, so look at that. I'm just gonna get rid of some really atrociously soft fruit. I'd show you the recipe I'm going to be using, but I'm going rogue with it. I'm spicing it up. We're making changes with no authority because I am not a master baker, but I sense that I can make some shifts, and we're gonna keep the fingers crossed that it works out. I love how I switched into pajamas before baking, as if I'm not gonna make a mess. Pan is buttered quite aggressively, I may add. I added a lot of butter to that pan. Now, for some reason, it's telling me to do the wet ingredients in a blender. It says 1 large avocado. These are not large, so 2 should be fine. I'm trying to use the most disgusting 2. Or should I just put all 3? That's kind of a questionable looking avocado. These are really on the tail end of their life. The recipe doesn't call for coffee, but I've heard that coffee in brownies helps enhance the cocoa flavor. So I'm gonna add it into the wet ingredients. It says half a cup of maple syrup. I'm not doing half a cup. I'm gonna do a quarter of a cup. Oh, you're on the brown sugar. I'm like, where's my brown sugar? You're on it. This is the setup right now. That's you. That's what I need. Looks positively scrumptious. My dry ingredients. Okay, eggs and some brown sugar is gonna go in here. I'm not gonna lie, this mixture smells a little gnarly, so this cocoa powder is gonna be doing some work. Ooh, yummy. This is the before. The instant regret has hit though, because now I've got dishes to tackle. While I was doing the dishes and kind of cleaning the kitchen, something that came to mind when thinking about if these avocado brownies are going to turn out is a quote that my aunt often says, my Tia Grace, which is, if you're going to have a cookie, have a cookie. And in my family, we'll kind of use that quote as a joke in terms of there's so many like healthified versions of desserts or recipes, and sometimes they're good and they're delicious. Like today's dinner I found really delicious, but sometimes like the healthier alternative can be a little like wah wah wah. I especially feel like that's the case with baking. It's super easy to make yummy healthy dinners or lunches or snacks, but desserts often get compromised because there'll be like removed sugar or alternative flours or adding in avocados that just kind of can sometimes mess up a good thing, you know? So your cookie that you would be otherwise indulging in is no longer as good of a cookie as it could be. I'm optimistic that this recipe will turn out because the cocoa powder will hopefully disguise any wrongdoings on my part. At the same time, I could have just done a regular brownie recipe and it probably would have slapped. But yeah, I think that quote like has an application to more than just food. It's like if you're gonna have a cookie, have a cookie. If you're gonna have a relaxation session, have a relaxation session. If you're gonna take a day off, take a day off. Like, don't go half in, like commit. Extremes of everything all the time is obviously not good. So many things in life, so many areas of life, you have to just be playful with moderation, finding balance between it all, the good, the bad, the productive, the relaxation, the social time, the solitude. But when you do have those moments of indulgence, they should be guilt-free because they don't happen all the time. So you just gotta savor it, right? Right, okay. Let's go see if my brownie adventure was a big flop or not. Ta-da! Oh, okay. Knife test. It's coming out clean. And just for the record, I am still adoring this whole situation here, my air fryer pro. I don't remember the last time I turned on this oven, truly. Like, I just always use this. Just preheats like a dream. The brownie is currently cooling off before I cut into it. As it's been sitting out of the oven, I feel like it's deflated a bit. It's looking a little questionable, but no judgment until the taste test happens. Unrelated, but I am sad to announce I think I've hit a little bit of, not a reading slump, because my motivation to read isn't necessarily meh. It's the stuff that I've been reading has just been meh. I feel like I'm in a dry spell of just mediocre, okay books. Nothing is gripping me. I guess it is kind of leading to a bit of a slump because if nothing's gripping me, I'm not as motivated to pick up my Kindle. So I'm thinking that I need to do a little bit of a switch up, a genre change, if you will. I've been reading a lot of straight up romance novels. I love a good romance novel. We shouldn't bash the romance novel. I feel like it's so easy to feel like they're one-dimensional stories, but oftentimes there's comedy, there's passion, drama, high stakes, personal growth, development. It's yumminess of a genre. I just think I've been reading a lot of same, and obviously romance novels do tend to have a little bit of a formula to them. I find it so funny on TikTok how everyone talks about the 80% breakup point, which is so true. It's almost like clockwork when tension happens in a book between the couple in the story, and when books deviate from that, that's when you like you notice it if you're someone who reads a lot of romance novels. So I am thinking of switch up. I read Chain of Thorns not too long ago, so I have had fantasy in the mix, but I almost feel like I need to deep dive further into it. So I do have Light in the Flame by Jennifer L. Armentrout. It's the next book in the Blood and Ash series, I think. No, that is wrong. Oh, this is the other series. I don't really remember what happened in the first book. So that's an option. I also have not yet read Sarah J. Maas's Crescent City series, and I've heard really great things about this series. That could be an option. Scarlett St. Clair's King of Battle and Blood. I also have Lessons in Chemistry, which my friend Andy gave to me. And I finally bought Daisy Jones and the Six by, of course, Taylor Jenkins Reid. I haven't read it yet, even though it's like one of the most thrown at you books on the internet, especially now with the TV series on Prime. I've heard good things, but I wanted to read the book first. I finally have that. So there's options here. I'm still reading something right now that I want to finish up, obviously, before I consider deep diving. But if you've got recommendations, let me know. I have a feeling though, I'm gonna get a lot of people telling me, Caitlin, this. For all my reading folks though out there, I'm curious, like, what is your genre of choice? Let me know in the comment section down below. I just know that now that I've finished this clip though, I'm probably gonna adore this book and be like, I'm back in it. There's no reading rut. I feel like that's always the case. I don't think I can wait anymore. I gotta try this thing. Oh, this is a bit warm. It's got a nice little cozy. It's very spongy. Okay, now is the time to take your guesses. Is this gonna be a flop? Looks moist, very pillowy, smells banana-y. It's a bit more spongy than I probably would like it to be, but I gotta admit, it's not bad flavor-wise. I gotta say, I think it worked out. It's not too sweet either, so I'm gonna say that in this case, if you're gonna have a brownie, you can opt to try an avocado brownie. It feels decadent. I'll include a link to the recipe that I used in the description box below. I'm shocked. I really wasn't sure how that was gonna go. I wanna always have avocados like this.
So you can't see my face. You right behind me trying to keep the pace. Just one more block until I'm